Good day, teachers and classmates. Have a great day. I am Jinky Valentin, and today I am going to share with you my reflection videos about the 13th story I read before. The first story is the story of Tudbulow's birth. While reading this story, I remember the time when I was young. I had a simple life living with my parents in our farm. Every time I saw children playing in our farm, I was imagining that if I had a husband soon, we will be having a lot of kids. But now that I already have a husband and we've been together for almost a year, yet no children. Just like the couple in the story, we're both worried of having a child, but my husband always told me that maybe God will give it to us at the right time. God knows best, and He knows the best time for us to have a baby. Every couple wish to have their own child, and sometimes they made a mistake because they had no choice to have it. Let us all love our parents, no matter what they did on us. Respect them as long as they can. Our dear parents, learn to wait until God will give you what you want. Do not make your own decisions without asking Him. And the second story is the story of Kemkem Tree. After reading this story, I was so worried and wondering that if the Kemkem tree can heal people who got sick, then why should they cut it? It is because the reason of they are worried that all people will go to the sky and there will be no one left. Well, it's not the Kemkem tree's fault why people climb and go to the sky. It is their own choice and interest. The trees are just living. Trees are helpful to people. They give us oxygen, store carbon, stabilize the soil, and give life to the world's wildlife. Trees improves our urban environment and help reduce ambient temperature. Let us do not cut the tree. Let us all plant the trees instead. And the third story is the story of why the sky is so high. While reading this story, I remember my experience when I was young, living in a simple life just like a couple in the story. And sometimes we struggled to find foods to eat. And most of the time, my father was hunting the animals in the forest to make food for us. Above all, life needs hard work. Learn to value your life, even if it is harder. When your life gets harder, challenge yourself to be stronger and find some ways to escape from it. And the and the first story is the origin of the monkey. When I was in the middle of the story, I felt something hatred to the attitude of a young boy, the son of a rich couple. In the first place, if you have kids, do not tolerate them. Teach them how to be nice to anyone. In real life, I really hate bad children, especially rude kids. So, the child, he deserves a punishment. To all parents out there, teach your child how to be kind, generous, and respectful children. And going out anyway to help others will matter literally in every aspect of their life. And the fifth story is the story of the coconut tree. In this story, I read that the only one daughter of a rich couple is not contented from what her parents gave her because only one she wants is the coconut fruit. But her parents doesn't have any of it, but she really insists. So she stubbornly refused her parents. This story tells that her parents tolerate her, and the bad kids deserve a punishment. Kids, learn to value your life. Value what you have. Not all children has the abundant life like you. Some kids experience no food to eat in whole day and night. You are lucky because you have parents who can give you food. Be thankful from what your parents give you. Do not assume more. And the sixth story is the story of why there are stars. This story is the best story I read before. This story is the best inspiration for children of being helpful to their parents. Being child, helping your parents is very important. Being helpful might not change the world, but it could change the world of someone. Helping others is like you light their dark world. The most useful asset is a person is not a head full of knowledge, but a heart full of love, and ear ready to listen, and especially a hand willing to help. And the seventh story is the story of the dog. This story made me remember my little sister. One time I bought two pieces of bread for my little sister. I put it in the basket and go to the restroom. Then, when I go back, the bread is gone. I asked my brother if he ate the bread I put in the basket, and he said, "Little sister ate it." So I called my little sister and asked her, but she insists that she's not the one who ate it, but our brother saw her. So I got angry at her and gave her a punishment. Honestly leads you to a fulfilling free life. It's not just about telling the truth, but empower us and enable us to develop consistency in how we present the facts. And the eighth story is the story of the legend of the water vine. I was so upset after reading this story. Let us all love and give care to our nature, forests, trees, animals, rivers, lakes, and mountains. Nature is life. It provides plenty of services to us. Without nature, we have got no life because God gave it to us to have foods, clothes, shelters, and medicines. Nature should be well preserved for us, the benefit of us, and the future. The ninth story is the story of why the python is no longer poisonous. The reason why python is no longer poisonous is because he spit out all his venom because of his wrong expectations and decisions. He thought that his venom is no longer poisonous and no longer useful. In life, you have to know the deep reason before you let go. Think it deeply before making a decisions making. Think it deeply before making a decisions because sometimes the decisions will make you useless in the last. The tenth story is the story of why the hand keep on scratching. This story tells that before you make anyone to believe in you, you need to prove it first. If you know that you are telling the truth, do not waste your time to explain it to them. If they really trust you, they will never build up to you. The 11th story is the story of why the bat fly at night. The 11th story is the story of why the bat fly at night. Being a student, participating in every events, activities in school and communities is very important. Opportunity does not knock, it presents itself when you beat down the door. But I guess the most important here is being honest. If you want to be a leader in your school or community, then why should you strive for it? A person who is honest does not tell lies or cheat people and obeys the law. Doing honest is like you achieve all your goals in life. And the 12th story is why the dog barks. This story tells that you need to be nice to anyone. And because Bigeta linguists disrespect the old man, he really deserved a punishment. Don't be stingy, be generous. If someone asks some food, then give. Learn to share what you have, and especially don't be rude to the older person. Love and respect them. Remember, what you do to others shall be done unto you. And the 13th story is why Maya bird eats in the rice fields. Every mother loves their children so much. They don't want anyone will try to hurt their child. And when you hurt one of their child, expect too much that the mother will get angry at you. Every parent's desire is to give their child a good and safety life. So if you are the one who hurt their child, just say sorry and beg them to forgive you. Say sorry and offer them some things. Say sorry and offer them something just to forgive you. Just like what Tahaw did. She apologized to Maya, the mother of the egg she stepped. She offered to Maya that she is free to eat pala in any rice field to replace the egg she broke. If you get something, pay for it, and if you broke, replace for it. If you get something, pay for it, and if you broke, replace it.